Welcome everyone to our presentation on leading and managing people. My name is Reena, and today we are working to develop an understanding of how you can review your own leadership and management skills. Now, the central idea of this unit is to help you develop an understanding of the importance of reviewing your own leadership and management skills. Reviewing one's leadership and management skill, it's a critical process for personal and professional growth. And it involves a thorough assessment of the abilities and behavior in order to identify own strengths and areas for improvement. By reflecting on how effectively you lead others, how effectively you are making decisions, how you are managing time, what are your time management skills, your communication skills, you will be able to gain invaluable insights that can guide your development as a leader. And this self-review not only helps in aligning your leadership style with the organizational goals, but also develops a continuous improvement mindset. So it ensures that you remain adaptable and effective at all times in an ever-changing environment. Now, if we take a look at the unit specifications, you will be able to see that in this LO, we have two tasks. One, 5.1, that's a past task, which is requiring you to analyze personal leadership and management skills using the feedback obtained from others. The others can be your peers, your subordinates, your supervisors. And then there is a merit task, which is requiring you to produce a personal development plan to develop leadership skills that you have identified at the time of your past task. That means in the skills audit. When it comes to what all we are going to cover in this unit, so during the course of this discussion, we are going to look at several parameters that are applicable to different aspects of leadership and management. We are going to see how to create a self-assessment table. We are going to learn how to create an action plan outlining the steps for improvement. And then we will delve deeper with personal leadership and management skills audit after we have gathered the feedback from peers, subordinates, and supervisors for a more holistic view. We will also take a look at creating a personal development plan for developing leadership skills. And this will include the identification of areas for improvement, the objective of particular that area of improvement, what are the action plan, what resources do you need for that, to achieve that action plan, what are the timelines for achievement, and what is your success criteria. Now, here is a short video on the same topic for you to familiarize yourself with leadership and management. But before we go ahead with LO5, let us, take a moment and recap the learning of LO4. Now, during LO4, we explored different aspects of employee motivation, how employers use the motivational techniques to enhance the employee engagement, productivity, and overall job satisfaction. We saw several motivational theories like Maslow's hierarchy of need, Herzberg's two-factor theory, Room's expectancy theory, McGregor's theory X and theory Y, and we looked at several motivational techniques that employers are using, like, compensation, bonus, ESOPs, recognition, reward, career development opportunities, work-life balance initiatives, etc. And then what we did was we applied this, different motivational techniques in a specific organization. So for the example of that, as a case study, we have chosen PepsiCo as an organization. Now, coming to LO5, now we discussed before that reviewing own leadership and management skill is a critical process for your own personal and professional growth. This process of self-assessment of abilities and behaviors will allow you to gain insights about your own self and how you can guide your team or how you can guide your development as a leader. And when you're analyzing personal leadership and management skills, now there are several parameters that are important to assess. Here, we have a list of parameters. Here you can see there's a table given to you in which There are parameters and the description. Now we'll start with the first one, that is the self-awareness. Self-awareness includes your emotional intelligence, like understanding and managing your own emotions, as well as recognizing the emotions of others in your team. Self-awareness also includes knowing your strengths to leverage them and then being aware of your weakness to improve them. This will help you in improving your leadership styles and your decision making. Another important parameter is communication skills. Now, communication skills include your clarity and conciseness, whether you are able to convey your ideas clearly and concisely, because sometimes the message is lost in the words. So are you able to clearly, concisely able to explain your focus, your vision area? Do you have active listening? Are you able to listen to others attentively, understand their point of view, and then you are able to respond appropriately? And then feedback, providing constructive feedback and being open to receiving the feedback at the same time. Your decision making is another, decision making skills is another parameter, which includes your problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, and your decisiveness. That means you should have the ability to analyze the problems, evaluate different alternatives, and then make decisions effectively. Your critical thinking skills means you should be able to evaluate the information objectively and make reasoned judgments. And then you should be able to make timely decisions, even when you are staring in the face of the uncertainty. Then again, we have another parameter called of time management skills, which involve prioritization and delegation. You should have the ability to identify and focus on the most important tasks. Delegation means you should know when and how to delegate tasks to others to maximize efficiency. You should not try to hold all the project and every step to yourself, because that is not a reasonable way to accomplish a lot of things in a smaller time frame. So you should be able to delegate it effectively. Next, you have time management skills. Now, adaptability. Now, adaptability means flexibility. It means resilience. It means open-mindedness. When we are saying, do you have adaptability, it means do you have the ability to change according to the circumstances and the challenges that are there in your business area? Are you able to handle stress, and do you bounce back from setbacks? Are you open to new ideas, new approaches, and feedback? Then we have interpersonal skills, also another very important parameter in which we talk about the conflict resolution skills. Because if you are acting as a leader and a manager, you are basically trying to lead a team of diverse set of people. In that scenario, you should have the ability to manage and resolve conflicts in a constructive manner. You should be able to develop a camaraderie between the team. You should be able to collaborate effectively with others to achieve a common organizational goal. Then you have vision and the goal setting. Again, your ability to set long-term goals and create a vision for the future is your strategic thinking skills. Your ability to define clear, achievable goals and then creating an action plan to achieve those goals is your goal-setting abilities. Do you have the ability to inspire and motivate yourself and others to achieve the goals? Then your creativity, thinking outside the box and coming up with innovative solutions. Your risk-taking abilities, all these different abilities, all these different parameters, they can provide a comprehensive analysis of personal leadership and management skills. It will help you to identify areas for development and areas of strengths to build upon. Now, if you can see on this slide, we have a pro forma self-assessment table with ratings from 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest rank and 5 being the highest rank. On the basis of this self-assessment, you will be able to spot your areas for improvement. So what is your next logical step? It is to create an action plan for improvement. Now, for example, if you see here, we have identified, strengthening the delegation and improving your motivation as the area for improvement. How you are going to do that is you have to develop trust in team members by assigning them more responsibilities. And for that, you have to provide them with clear guidelines and support to make sure that the task is completed successfully on time. Again, how you're going to boost your motivation technique is by learning and implementing different motivational strategies, which we have done in LO4. So you should know about these different motivational strategies, and you should know who is motivated by intrinsic factors, who is motivated by the extrinsic factors. So you should be able to recognize regularly and reward the team achievements regularly. Now, if you take a look at the 5.1, the past task requires you to analyze personal leadership and management skills using the feedback obtained from others. This is a table. Here, if you see, the ratings have been taken, the feedback has been taken from on the basis of self-assessment, the peer feedback, the subordinate feedback, the supervisor feedback, and then you have taken out an average rating. This audit includes all the parameters that we have discussed above. The questions that you are going to ask to your yourself in self-assessment or to others when you are doing your peer feedback, starting with the first parameter, that is your emotional intelligence. How well do I understand and manage my own emotions, and especially in a stressful situations? Again, in communication skills, you will ask the question, how effectively do I convey my ideas and expectations to others? How well do I listen to others and understand their perspective when you are judging your active listening skills? How comfortable and effective am I in giving and receiving feedback? For your decision-making skills, you should check how effective am I at analyzing problems and then making decisions. Do I have the critical thinking? How well do I evaluate information and make reasoned judgments? Again, decisiveness, time management. How effectively do I prioritize tasks and manage the given time? How well do I delegate the tasks and manage the team responsibilities? Again, in terms of conflict resolution, how effective am I at managing and resolving conflicts within my team as well as at an organizational level? How effectively do I collaborate with others when I'm trying to judge my team working skills? I want to see how effectively am I able to collaborate with others to achieve a certain common organizational goal. Again, your strategic thinking. Again, you have to ask yourself, how well do I set long-term goals and create vision for future? And do I define and achieve clear and actionable goals? Do I inspire others and myself and motivate myself? So after your creativity, risk-taking skills, continuous improvement skills, when you go through each and every parameter, you will be able to reach at a stage where you will be able to identify the key strength areas and areas for improvement. What it will help you with this, it will help you in implementing targeted actions based on the feedback. If you are able to implement these targeted actions on the feedback, it will automatically enhance your effectiveness as a leader and manager. An ultimate idea of this is to contribute to the success of the organization. Now here they have, on the basis of this self-assessment, you have identified the areas. Say, for example, communication skills as an area for improvement. Here, what the feedback was that you need to enhance your active listening and providing clear instructions. The action plan is you have to attend workshops on active listening and effective communication and practice this structured communication. This is just an example I'm giving you. Now, the 5.5 M1 requires you to produce a plan to develop it's a personal development plan that you need to produce to develop leadership skills that you have identified in the skills audit that requires improvement. So the areas of improvement that are identified by the skills audit were your communication skills, the team building skills, delegation, time management, and overall understanding of the finances, the budget side of it, how the finances are prepared. For each of these areas, a detailed personal development plan has been prepared that includes the objective for that area of improvement, the action steps that you are going to need, resources that are needed to achieve improvement in that area, the timelines that is required to achieve, measurement of success. So as I was explaining to you, let's take an example of time management and delegation skills. Now, time management skills, basically the objective of improving on time management skills is to optimize productivity. And not only productivity, your time management skills will also help you in team collaboration, because then nobody will feel that, your time management skills are not good enough. And because of you, I am done with my portion of the work, but the entire project is delayed because of one person. So it will help effective team collaboration also. The action steps for you will be maybe using the time management tools to prioritize the task. You should develop your delegation skills. You should be able to identify the tasks that can be delegated and assign them to the team members who are right for that particular job. Set clear expectations so that everybody knows what they are supposed to do, and then provide the necessary support for the delegated task. Review the outcomes of the delegated task and then provide the feedback. The timeline you can, consider for it maybe 3 months, and ultimately the success criteria will be your improved productivity, more effective delegation, better work-life balance, and improved team collaboration. These are the detailed action plans that we have seen. For example, let's see financial acumen. Financial acumen basically means that you need to understand the budgeting side of it. What you can do is that you can enroll in financial management courses that are offered by any reputed institutions. You can participate in workshops on budgeting and financial planning. You should also involve yourself in regularly reviewing the financial reports and documents to understand how organizational finances work. Again, here you will see there are certain other tables that are based on the topics that we have covered over the course of this LO. Now, starting with the leadership theories. We have seen previously in different LOs, different types of leadership theory, like your great man theory, trait theory, contingency, situational leadership theories. And we have also seen what are the main ideas and the key proponents of this particular theory. For example, let's take contingency theory. Contingency theory says there is no best way to lead. Leadership depends upon the situation. So Fried Fiedler was the person who propounded it, and he was the firm believer that you cannot have a hard and fast rule of leading somebody. You have to see the situation and modulate your leadership style according to the situation that is in front of you. Here we have given a detailed explanation of the same. We have already covered all these things at length in the previous classes. Next is your key performance indicators for employees. So now here we have performance indicators like absenteeism, punctuality, targets meeting, productivity, turnover, revenue per employee, profit per employee. These are all different indicators. And what is the measurement method for them? For example, if we are seeing productivity, so it will be measured by the output that is produced per hour that is being worked. Revenue per employee assess the amount of revenue generated by each employee. Again, we have given these detailed description about it. If you are taking the parameter of absenteeism will measure how often employees are absent from work. If there's a high absenteeism, it obviously indicates that the person doesn't have job satisfaction. There's a low job satisfaction, or the work environment is poor. How you're going to measure is calculate the total number of the days employees are absent and divide it by the total number of the available work days. Next, you have a table about the ways to manage team and team performance. The Key aspect of this is how you're going to manage team by creating a trust culture, by celebrating the success, by maintaining communication, and making a balance of team skills and qualities. The action steps that you need to take is conducting the skill assessments, matching the tasks to the team members' strength, and at the same time ensuring there is cross-training. These have been explained in detail here. You can read them, and we have already covered them at various parts of the LO. Again, this is the last part of the table, which is ways to manage employees working remotely. We have seen in case of a remote working, what is the leadership approach? What is the management approach? Mostly it leads to, holding your regular one-to-one progress meetings, being flexible about the timing. You should be adaptable to the employee's needs and the circumstances to provide work-life balance and productivity. You should be able to clearly define the job responsibilities, the performance standards, and deadlines for submission. Even if it's a remote working environment, you should celebrate success. You should recognize their individual achievements to boost the morale and overall motivation of the team. So this brings us to the end of LO5. To summarize, we can see that taking the time to review your leadership and your management skills is a powerful way to grow both personally and professionally. By looking closely at how you communicate, how you're making decisions, and how you're adapting to the challenges, you will be able to get a clear picture of what you do well and where you can improve. This kind of self-reflection will help you become a more effective leader who can inspire others, who has the ability to handle tough situations, and who can guide the team towards success. This is an ongoing journey, but by regularly checking in on your progress, you can keep growing and making a positive impact on those around you. I hope you have been able to follow through with the discussion. This brings us to the conclusion of this session as well as to the conclusion of this unit. If you have any queries regarding this LO or any other part of the unit, you can always reach out to us at learnerwork@ukversity.co.uk. Thank you very much. Have a great day.